The success of the Basics of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu instructional series, along with the free bonus tape, How to Handle Stand-Up Aggression, inspired hundreds of students to write me requesting this series on street self-defense. In these tapes, I'll show you how to handle real-life threatening attacks using our proven Jiu-Jitsu techniques and prepare you for the violent streets of the 90s. In the second tape, you'll learn how to defend yourself against collar and head grabs, kicks, and knife attacks. If the attacker comes up and grabs me by the collar like this, I want to confirm his grip by holding the wrist this way. The second hand, I'm going to slap the elbow as I step forward at the same time. I want to wedge my elbow on my hip so that he can't push this down. If I don't rest my elbow, he can force my arm back. But as I wedge my elbow on my hip, he can't push this down anymore. So I confirm the grip, take a step, and wedge the elbow on my hip, and now step behind him. To break, I will push the elbow up with this hand and lift it up to stretch the ligaments on the shoulder here. One more time, please. So he grabs the collar. I want to confirm his grip, take a step, and wedge my elbow on my hip this way. From here, the leg steps behind him. I want to keep his hand glued to my chest all the time so that he doesn't break away from me. So hand stays here. This hand on the elbow is the one that actually causes the pain on the stretch and the ligament. So when I lift this up, one, wedge the elbow on the hip, and then step behind him to then break the arm by lifting the elbow up. Let's do the same thing from the other side, please. So I confirm the grip. 1, 2, 3, and as I lift the arm, I'll stretch the ligaments on the shoulder. Of course, you can snap up if you want. He grabs the collar. I want to confirm the grip. Be sure that you don't grab your thumb this way. This is what you want. You won't grab with your thumb down. The thumb should be up. 1. Second hand, but slap the elbow, take a step forward, and then end up behind him so that I can lift the elbow up this way. If you want to change your hand this way, it's fine. Whatever feels more comfortable. This way or this way. Remember, the back hand is the one that forces the elbow to go up. So that's the motion. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Some of you might have noticed that as we practice the techniques, when I start to squeeze, always real tough. You should get accustomed to the concept that as soon as you start feeling pain, organize a code between you and your partner so that when you feel the pain, you tap, and you kind of get that understanding going from the beginning. So 1, 2, 3. So as soon as he taps, I know that's the limit of the pressure I should put on. So this way you have that agreed upon. This next move is when an attacker grabs you by the collar and turns the wrist. I want to confirm the grip and glue his hand to my chest so that he can no longer turn the wrist backwards. His hand is now solid in this position. I glue it to my chest. Then I'll bring my head down, which will force his body to bend down with me. The leg goes outside, trapping his foot so that I can, if I want, bring him down here. As I twist the wrist, either he falls down or I'll break his wrist. So he grabs the claw. 1, 2, 3, and then snap it down this way. Once again. 1. Each of our hand should grab half of his hand, like biting half of the hand with this, and glue it to my chest to prevent him from turning the hand. 1, head down. 2, 3, and then bring the hand all the way down. 4. So if he holds my collar and turns, I'll grab this. I'm turning my foot to make it easier for me to turn my body. Then this leg comes around, and as I put my head down, I'll force him down. Let me turn this from the other side first. 1, 2, turn my feet, 3, and then bring him down all the way. One last one. Grab the shirt, move to my chest, head down, 2, and then bring him down. Okay. A common situation as far as the collar grab goes is if the person grabs their shirt like this and keep their hands together, like shaking off. Then I'm going to step to the side and hold my own wrist. 1, that's the move. 1. From here, I'm going to bring my leg in front, snap the hands away, and come back with an elbow strike. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Come back. One more time, please. So he grabs the shirt. I'm going to take a step to the side and hold my own wrist. Bring my leg across, yank the weight away, and come back with a strike. Other side, please. So he grabs here, take a step to the side, and hold my own wrist. Bring the leg across, yank the hands away, and come back with an elbow strike. 1, 2, 3, and elbow strike. If the attacker were to hold the collar, grab you by the shirt, and spread the hands, keeping a distance between the arms, I will now bring my hands together this way, almost as if I'm praying. My hands going this way, straight up, and I can then hold my own wrist this way. If I keep the hands down, he can pull the arms away. So here what you want to do is that you want to bring your hands up so that he can't pull the arm out. Once again, once. So the hands go 1, 2, and I bring the hands up so that I can walk to the side, bring my leg from the outside, and then lift it over this way. Every time you throw a person on the ground, you can now rest your knee on his ribs, trap the arm, and then hyperextend the arm to break the joint of the elbow. One more time, please. 1, 2, 3. I take my time. Observe that my leg is bent. What flips Royce is not my arm pushing him over, but as he gets to the point here, as I straighten my legs, he's swept over. Hold the arm, rest the knee here, and then I lean back to hyperextend the arm. Let's keep in mind that when your hand comes through and you trap the arm, the walking around is whatever you need to do to find yourself continuously in a solid base. So I'm going to clear the position here. When I step through, you don't have to pivot your feet a little bit to get yourself comfortable at this point, so that you can then sleep. Whatever kind of adjustment you need to do at this point, do it so that you feel comfortable and solid in your base, so that you can then hyperextend the arm and break. Hyperextend the joint of the elbow. On the other side, please. So we got you here. Both of the hands coming together. Trap the arm. Bring the arm up, step to the side. So if you need to turn your feet here, do the one bit to get yourself in a comfortable base. Head down, straighten the arm, establish your base here, and then hyperextend the arm. One more time. 1, 2. Head on, adjust your feet, put them over, establish your base and complete. We'll do something like that. Another variation of these collar grabs is if the person comes up and grabs with the thumb down. In this case, I want to confirm his grip by using both of my hands with the thumbs down this way. I want to keep his hand glued to my chest, like this. I'll take a step back with this leg and cut in front of him. So that from this position here, I can now force the joint of the elbow down, keeping myself in base and snapping the elbow backwards if I had to. Change like this. So as the person grabs it this way, my hands will come in this way. One step back, and then I cut in front of him. From here, I'll put the weight on the elbow joint and lift the hand up, dropping the weight down on the back of the elbow. One, two, and then bring it back. One more time. Here you want to make sure that your thumbs are down and you keep his hand glued to your chest. That's the move. Step back and then cut in front of him so that you can now lean the weight down and hyperextend the elbow. So the same technique would apply if the person would grab you by the hair, in which case you glue his hand to your head, take a step back, and then use the same principle. Once again. 1, 3, and complete movement. Hold the head again. The idea here was pulling him back. It's to kick this in base. 1, 2, and then force it back. This is a defense against the kicks. Your movement will be to step back, keep your arms straight, and then from here, hold on to his foot to flip him over. Ideally, when the person throws a kick towards you, what you want to do is take a step back in base, keep your hands like this. So as the foot's coming towards me, I will step back. That's the move I want. Be sure that you have your base planted this way and not this way. So what you want is take a step back to plant yourself in base like this, with your arms this way. The position of the hand should be with the hand wrapping around the thumb to prevent the heel from coming into your hand. So as you step back, the hand wraps over the thumb like this. That's what you're looking for. So throws the kick. One, that's the move I want. Wrapping the thumb so that I can then lift him up backwards. Once again. Right. The idea is in order to hit me with a kick, he needs a specific distance. Stay here for a second. Get through. When he throws a kick, both of you, he needs this distance to hit me with a kick. Once again, please. As I step back, you miss the foot. Once again. So just by stepping back, I'm safe against his kick. Just by stepping back, I'm in a safe distance. So as I step back, and if I lift my hand, I now have base. I have his leg here, so I can then flip him over and complete the motion. On here. That's the move I want. Vou jogar agora. On here, and then we'll pegar to bring him back. Let's do the same thing from the other side. So when the person comes with a kick, I want to step back in base and then hold on to his foot this way. Remember that the idea of this step back is to end up in a good solid base. You don't want to stand up like this with the legs straight back. Do a slight turning of the foot so that you can be in this kind of base. So that's the move, and the hands like this. Wrapping with the hands in this position. You don't want to be like this position with the hands so his heel doesn't hit the tip of your fingers. Oh, that's the move. Just as I said, just by stepping back, you would be safe against the kick. In order to prevent him to regain his balance and try kicking again, if you step back and grab this, he can't get his base again. From this position, you can just lift him up. One more time, so let's move. Here, and let's move back. Okay, let's do that. Then there's another kind of kick when the person swings the leg around this way. You trap the arm, come in here, completely move this way. So when the person swings the leg, block here, come in, completely move this way. So the idea is when the foot comes this way, you want to have your hands and then block like a shock absorber. Your hand would slow down the foot and then wrap it up. And then give it. 2. And then wrap. Don't shoot my foot. Yes, and wrap up. The hands are to do this motion. Right, thank you. Right, one more. Right, and wrap up. And then wrap up. From here, I clap the leg, come in. I'm going to brace my arm on his chest or put my hand on the chest, bring my leg behind his leg and trip him back. One, from here I'm in base, take my time to establish a good position here and then trip him back over the leg. One, control the leg, come in, bring the leg behind, control the leg. The other side. One. Grab this myself in here. One time. Open up your foot. One. Come in here. Okay. If I'm against the wall, and the person is coming towards me to kick me here, I can no longer step back and I'm going to be squeezed against the wall. So what I want to do here is pivot and then come back with an elbow strike. So I want to stay in position and turn this way. The trick is the pivoting on this foot so that I can turn my whole body and the hand deflect the foot as it comes towards me. And then I have an elbow strike. 1, 2. That's good. 1, 2. You could use either leg and your movement is the same. You can either deflect and then use the other side, or even if you use the same arm, the hip would work the same way. 1 and then come with the elbows. Let us see the same technique from this wall, so that we can have a better angle. Make sure that your arm is not going like this in front of your body. Your arm should stay on the same level with your whole body, so when you turn, the arm is stiff. You don't want to do this move, because if you move too fast, your hand could go first and then you still get kicked from the stomach. But if you turn your whole body, even if the foot would touch you, it's still deflected by the body movement. That's the idea, so that you now can complete it an elbow strike. You can change sides and you move the elbow. So the idea is to be here, I pivot, and now if the elbow comes in. If the attacker has a knife, your best defense is to have a gun. If you don't have a gun, run. The techniques that you're going to be seeing are in case there's nothing else you can do. If you're going to be stuck in a corner and there's nothing to do and you're going to get stabbed, then that's when the techniques should be used. Initially, if the person has a knife and is going to do the overhead attack, the movement is to do this, wrap the arm around this way, and then break his arm by bending it back. The step and the hand should come in together. 1, 2, keep the elbow glued to your chest, and then lift the arm up. 1, 2. And then as I lift my shoulder up, you break the arm. You want to avoid going towards the knife. You want to do this move where you stay where you are and the knife comes towards you. That's what you want to do. Keep the elbow glued on your chest, and this elbow must be down, because if the arm is up, we could straighten the arm away. So be sure that you keep your elbows together, his elbow glued to your chest, so that you can now lift up your shoulder and have to extend the ligament so much. Once again. 1, glue the hand to your chest, and then lift this up. The purpose of this backhand is to prevent him from pulling the knife away. If I just use one hand, he could pull the knife away and get away with it. So the second hand is already here, so he can't pull the knife away. I'm going to wrap the arm around, keep the hand glued to my chest, and then lift the arm up, pressing him to let go of the knife. When you step forward, you want to take a step, and again, think about your base. The idea is to find yourself in base with both hands coming up this way. Keep the hand glued in your chest, and then lift the arm up. It will help if when a person comes up with a knife, the first thing you want to observe is how is he holding that knife? Does he have the knife like that? Or does he have the knife like this, which indicates he's coming underhand? So again, if he's coming overhand, his knife has to be in that position. When he brings the knife up, one, glue it to your chest, and then lift the arm up this way. Change side hook. One, glue to your chest, wrap the arm around, and then lift the arm up. Step forward, go ahead. One, wrap this up, your hands overlapping the other one, so that you can now bring the arm back and force him to drop the knife. That's what I will. And then let go. Back to the side. If he's now holding the knife this way, means that he's going to come this way underhand. In this case, my movement is to block the knife with the frame of the arm as I have my second hand on the elbow. So the idea is to take a step forward and at the same time have the second hand over the elbow. That's the move you want. Again, be aware of the back leg so that your leg don't end up in this kind of base, but instead you establish a good solid base this way. The movement is this. One. From here, your hand will overlap your hand, and as you lean back, you will have his arm wrapped up this way, so that you can now lift this up and break the arm. One, two, if you lift this up, you can drop the knife. You can put your foot and I drop the knife. Drop the knife. The idea. One, wrap the arm and then here, adjust the arm to your chest, and as you lift your arm, you drop the knife. One, two. From here, lift the arm up till he drops the knife. One more time. One, two, and lift the arm up. Estica mais o braço, mais uma vez. Faço mais esticado. One, two, and then lift the arm up. So when the person comes with his knife, hit a faca. The reason I put my arm like this is to make sure he doesn't get to me. If he comes outside of my arm, there's no danger. And if he comes on the inside, there's no danger. The purpose of my arm is to block the knife from getting to my body. So when I do this move here, it's blocked by the arm. Also, you want to make sure to put your arm with the flat part out. You don't want to put your arm this way, or it's going to hurt your arm and his arm. You want to make sure that your hand is flat out, so that the nerve radius right here on the front gets exposed and it hurts his arm much more than it hurts my arm as I block it. Once again, that's the move you want. And at the same time, the hands on the elbow to prevent him from taking the knife away and having another shot. So the idea is to block the arm as you hear and the second hand on the elbow, so he can't pull the hand back. From this position, my hand will overlap his elbow, wrap it around, and then stretch the shoulder here. We go the knife. Yes. One more time, please. Right, that's the move. Once again. Here. That's the idea. In base, blocking with your knife, and the second hand on the elbow. From this position, I'm going to lean back and drag him forward. I only take one initial step. I don't make a second step after that. So once I block, he is the one that's going to be dragged forward. By leaning my body weight back, I make him take a step. That is why it's so important that you find yourself in a good solid base so that you can use your body to make him walk forward. Go ahead. 1, 2, and then lift the arm up this way. Okay, one more time on the other side, please. So the idea is to step forward, 1, 2, and then from here, lift the arm up. All right. Another variation for a knife attack is if the person comes again like this. Now this time my hand is going to come this way. You can choose whenever you want to use one or the other. It doesn't really make a difference. The idea here is to block the knife away from me. One hand like this, and the second hand on the bicep. Both arms should be straight. Again, my base. 1. From this position, this hand slides behind the elbow, and I bring him forward, and now force the arm to break backwards. 1, 2, and then base in front of him so I can force the arm until he drops the knife. 1, 2, step in front of him, and I'm continually re-establishing my base, so that I cannot force the arm drop. So the movement is 1, I'm going to turn the top hand, continuously holding the wrist. When I'm going to use the force that he's pushing towards me so that I can then step in front of him and establish myself in base. Think about your base at this point so that you can, with the shoulder, force his arm up. 1, 2, 3, that's the move. From here, force the arm up. Once again. 1, 2, 3. What might happen for? Let us see the same technique from another perspective. 1, 2, and then 3. In this technique, be sure, once again please, when you block this, the position of my hands are like this. I want to make sure that, once again, please. If the person throws a knife, this is the move. If he goes out of the arm, he goes that way. If he goes this way here, he misses this way. So as if this is a triangle that goes this way, I'm blocking this move. Can you get? Once again, the purpose of the hand blocking like this is if he goes on the outside, he goes away this way and this way. The idea of the hand like this is to block exactly like a triangle here, or the tip of the triangle will be my hand. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 to back. Okay. So we're back to this side. If the person throws a knife in this way, and as I'm getting ready to do this, he decides to pull back, my hands will slide down to his hand. I will take a step forward and go behind him so that I can now twist the wrist and get the knife away. One, 2, 3, and then get the knife away. 1, 2, push a knife. 1, 2, and then go this side. My goal is always to bring his arm up. If the person resists, that's when my hand slides down. Be sure that you don't end up on the wrist, because it could turn and I don't have the control of the knife the way I'd like to have it. Go to the hand, because now I have a much better grip and I can then get a much more stronger control in his hand. Let me do this on the other side, please. Take the knife away. One more time. If the aggressor comes with a knife and wants to bring a knife attack from the side, that's what I want. One here and the second hand over his head. One, and the second hand here. Again, observe the base. But when I step, I want to make sure that I step in this kind of base. That's the move I'm looking for. One, second in here, and I'll bring the knife back this way. One. That's the move. I'm going to keep my hands glued together here so that I can now bring the across. This and bring it across. The purpose of the hand, working this way is so that I can protect the side of my body with this arm. So I want to block here, and the second hand comes over his hand, so I can have a better grip by holding his hand half over the thumb. One and here. Keeping my hands adjusted against each other so that I can bring this across. One, two, keep this together, and then three. The other side. One, the second hand comes in here, in base, and then I bring the knife underneath. Once I have the hands like this, it's almost like I want to bring the hands, swing the whole arm across. One, and then come under. If he brings the knife from the other side, it's one, two, wedge my elbow on my hip so that I can step behind him and then lift the arm up this way. One. Movement is to hit both hands at the same time. So once you block this, both of your hands are going to hit the movement this way. So it's one, two, and the same leg is first initially step this way, it's going to go behind him. Be sure to be aware of the position of your leg so that you can continuously stay in a good solid base. Rest your shoulder, his arm over your shoulder so that you have the leverage of the whole body lifting this up. One, two, three. I'm continuously readjusting my base so that I always have leverage and power to lift the arm up. One, two, three. My main concern is my balance here at all times. The shoulder is glued to my shoulder. His arm is glued to my shoulder. I'm wedging my elbow on my hip, and I can now, with the leverage of the whole body, crank the arm up that way. One, two, three, and then lift it up this way. One, two, the same leg goes behind him, and then lift it up. As I step forward, one, with this leg, once again, as I step forward with this leg, and when I hit, the same leg goes behind him. So it's one, two, three. One, two, three. It's important that this hit is a simultaneous hit so that you have a better chance to force the person's arm turning into this angle.